Welcome back, focused learners. If you've been paying any attention to the tech world lately, you already know things are moving ridiculously fast. But I've got to tell you, the latest reports we pulled from the TekinGame blog, specifically between May 5th and 9th of 2026, they're genuinely mind-blowing. We are looking at some absolutely incredible leaps in technology, right alongside the kind of chaotic demands these advancements are placing on us as players. We've got a ton of ground to cover today, so let's unpack exactly what is happening at the bleeding edge of gaming.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for this explainer. We're going to start with the hardware pricing crisis, move into the AI labor upheaval, escalate to quantum hacks and cyber wars, push into neurodoping and BCI threats, and finally wrap up with optimizing your gaming setup. Basically, we are escalating all the way from physical hard drives straight to the biological frontier of your own mind.
Section 1. The hardware pricing crisis. Let's ground ourselves in the immediate, physical, and frankly, economic realities of modern gaming setups right now.
400 gigabytes. Yep, you heard that right. That is the massive SSD storage requirement for the new Call of Duty. We aren't just talking about a hefty software update anymore, guys. This is a literal storage crisis. When a single game demands nearly half a terabyte of space, it means gamers are forced to constantly upgrade their physical hardware just to keep up. It takes a massive, massive toll on your wallet before you even hit buy on the actual game.
And speaking of wallets, simultaneous, massive price hikes are hitting us across the board. Look at this. Both the highly anticipated Nintendo Switch 2 and the Sony PS5 are seeing major upward price adjustments. So the crucial point is that hardware manufacturers are passing the immense costs of next-gen technology directly onto us, the consumer market. Simply securing a baseline console is becoming a major financial hurdle.
But to be fair, with those price hikes comes some genuinely thrilling innovation. I mean, think about your standard traditional gaming rig for a second, right? It's usually limited by heat, super loud fans, and just a total mess of tethered cables. Now contrast that with the latest next-gen drops. We're seeing a completely fanless Razer laptop and the Valve Deckard standalone VR headset. Physical tech is evolving to be sleeker, completely quiet, and entirely untethered from your desk. It's a whole new world.
Which actually brings us to a genuinely surprising figure, $399. Amidst all the console price hikes we literally just discussed, an incredibly affordable cybernetic haptic suit is hitting the market. It's such a fascinating juxtaposition. While baseline storage and consoles are bleeding our wallets dry, full-body physical immersion is suddenly becoming highly accessible. Who would have thought? Section 2. The AI labor upheaval. Let's shift gears from physical hardware and dive right into the digital software realm, because massive transformations are hitting the industry's workforce and media.
The historic gaming journalism scandal is exposed. Discover how major media outlets are using AI to write fake game reviews. Listen, this isn't science fiction, this is happening right now. We are watching a terrifying collision of truth and automation. When so-called AI critics write the reviews, how do you know if a game is actually good or if a machine was just programmed to say it is? It completely destabilizes our trust in game criticism.
And this disruption isn't just happening in journalism. It's baked into the game code itself. And this brilliantly illustrates the tension right now. Recently, we witnessed a historic Ubisoft AI strike. Human developers actively pushed back against automation. They're fighting against what the industry is calling the invisible employee. We're talking about agentic AI tools like Cursor ID and Windsurf. These aren't just fancy spell checkers for code. They're autonomous programs that actively write code and build apps completely on their own.
And it goes all the way to the top, and honestly, all the way into the background of your PC. We are now seeing the rise of actual AI CEOs managing corporations. At the same time, everyday browsers, like Google Chrome, are executing secret AI downloads in the background. So AI isn't just replacing lower-level coding tasks anymore. It's infiltrating top corporate levels and silently operating on our machines without our explicit knowledge.
Section 3. Quantum hacks and cyber wars. We need to escalate the stakes here and transition from industry labor issues into active, hostile digital threats. Consider this rapid-fire sequence of breaches that happened over just 3 days. Day 1, a massive Coinbase hack. Day 2, a password manager breach resulting in 10 million stolen passwords. By day 3, the arrival of the very first quantum ransomware attack. The speed and scale of modern cyber warfare is visually and literally terrifying. Once quantum computing gets involved, traditional encryption simply cannot keep up.
And corporations?
Well, they are fighting back in unprecedented and highly aggressive ways during what's been dubbed the Ocean Cyber War. Nintendo, for instance, isn't just sending polite cease and desist letters anymore. They are taking severe physical revenge by literally bricking hackers' hardware remotely, meaning the digital war is now having immediate, permanent physical consequences on the very machines sitting in people's living rooms. There's no way back from that.
Section 4. Neurodoping and BCI threats. Now we're bringing this explainer to its climax. We're moving past digital threats and going directly into your own body and brain.
Welcome to the era of neurodoping. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is this shocking new concept. It's the futuristic practice of utilizing brain-hacking technologies to gain an unfair competitive advantage in esports. I want you to imagine a world where we are no longer dealing with simple software aimbots or wall hacks. We are talking about replacing software cheats with biological ones. Players are literally hacking their own neural pathways to react faster than is naturally humanly possible.
To understand how this is physically happening, we have to look at how we actually interface with our games. Traditional handheld controllers offer a layer of safety, right? There's a physical barrier between you and the machine. But new brain-computer interfaces like Project Orion represent a profound and, frankly, slightly terrifying intimacy. Direct brain control hardware means the machine is actively reading your neural signals. That protective barrier? It's completely gone.
And because that barrier is gone, we face an entirely new frontier of crime, brain theft. This is the ultimate privacy nightmare of BCI hardware, making the threat feel deeply, deeply personal. Think about it. If a device can read your neural patterns to control a character in a game, what else is it reading? What happens if that deeply personal data is intercepted during one of those quantum hacks we just talked about? The threat vector has officially moved from your hard drive directly into your mind.
Section 5. Optimizing your gaming setup. Okay. Let's move to and see how this builds a practical palate cleanser to bring us all back down to earth for a minute. After all those heavy, futuristic concepts, let's look at some highly actionable tips from the Tekken Army to empower your immediate physical setup today. First, always aim for an FPS above 60 for that butter-smooth experience. Grab an SSD to completely eliminate those massive load times. Invest in a quality headset for crucial situational awareness. Use a gaming mouse with adjustable DPI for pure precision. And finally, stick to a mechanical keyboard for the absolute fastest physical response times.
But, you know, as we look at the mechanical keyboards under our fingers today, we have to look ahead at what's coming tomorrow. I want to conclude this explainer by leaving you with a stark, provocative question to ponder. When your headset connects directly to your brain, who ultimately protects your thoughts? The gaming frontier is moving faster than ever, and the true cost of our technological future is something we all need to deeply consider. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep learning, stay focused, and I will see you next time.